The affinity diagramming process involves a number of components, the most basic of which is the set of affinity notes. These are the original user observations. And I say original, but not literally. They actually are taken from user observations, but they're written in the first person, which we call voice of the customer. And they're always in the first person and always in the voice of the customer. And of course, people don't normally always talk like that. So you'll find yourself having to transcribe them either in the field, or if you've taken recordings, you might transcribe them later.
It's always a lot of people. It's tiring, so even that gets exhausting. So I try to keep it like 1 hour max, 1.5, if it's like a bigger shopping. We try to avoid that. We try to avoid days that we know it's gonna, or hours that we know it's gonna be like really packed.
When I did take interview notes in the field, I did it on a small laptop, and I would deliberately write these in the appropriate format. So they would be in the first person voice of the customer. And if I thought there was any chance that the interviewee might have meant something different, I'd read it out to them. And I'd say, is that a fair representation of what you've just said? And they would usually agree. Occasionally they'd say, well, no, it was more like something else. So it's good to make sure that you actually check this data with your original interviewees. For the remote sessions, I did recordings and had that transcribed into text, and then turned that into voice of the customer, and then sent those files back to the interviewees just to ask them to have a run through and make sure that everything there was what they'd said and they were happy with it. So that just makes sure that we're still on the same page in terms of what users said and what we actually wrote down.